son, where'd you find this?
Don't be offended by the truth. They be offended because you called out the truth. Simple as that. They don't want to hear any of the narrative that makes them look bad.
One thing I can't stand at this big grown age is somebody who acts like cause and effect does not exist. Like, yes, your actions caused this outcome. Yes, what you did lit the match. Like, why are you surprised and playing victim?
Guys, Chico. They never lie.
That's how you know somebody doesn't respect you. They listen to reply, not to be understood. They cut you off. They minimize what actually matters to you. They laugh at your boundaries, and then they call you sensitive when you try to hold the line. They show up late. They cancel last minute. Forget the things you've told them, because in their world, your time, your energy, even your voice aren't a priority. They're just an option. You see, there are two kinds of people. Those who adjust when they realize they've actually hurt you, and those who expect you to adjust so they don't have to change. You don't need to be disrespected loudly to be disrespected deeply. Sometimes you'll see it. It's just in their tone, in their patterns, in the silence after you're known. Respect isn't what they say when they're watching. It's how they act when they think you'll.
Yo, 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 yo. What's good? What's good? What's good? Peace and blessings to the good folks. How's everybody doing this evening? Happy Friday. I hope all is well. Shout outs to the good people in the chat. Chef, I see you, brother. Salutes to you, sir. Shout out to my poets, writers, content creators. Blessings to everybody. I hope you enjoy and embrace this weekend fully. You see the title. With everything that's going on right now in the United States, my timeline from TikTok to Facebook to Instagram, it's nothing but Epstein. Epstein, Cardi B, Pam Bondi. Hell, Tom Hanks' name been brought up. 50 Cent, T.I. So much going on right now. This is one of those stories that I don't think many people know about. It was just brought to my attention recently. And I like to be diverse over here. I like to cover everything. I don't like to stick to one particular topic on this side of the internet. And in this video, it's going to show you a couple of things. Number one on that list, you do not know your neighbors as well as you think you do. Some of these adults and these parents, they are not who you think they are. And three, we need to return to having that community. Because what happened here is absolutely disgusting. Some of the most disgraceful, horrid shit that I've seen in some time. And it's hard to believe that I occupy space with some human beings like this on this planet. So, enough of that. I'm going to bring this clip up. 3 minutes. The young lady, she does an exceptional job at this. I want y'all to do me a solid. Repost and share. By the time this stream is over, if you care any about what is happening, especially after watching this clip, you're going to want to put more people on game with what's going on out here. Anyway, big screen.
About my morning, because this is what nightmares are made of. So this comes out of Bibb County, Alabama, and Brent, Alabama, where 3 individuals have been arrested and charged with essaying children ages 3 to 16 years old in an underground bunker down there in Bibb County, Alabama. So the investigation began on April the 4th of 2025, which eventually led to the arrest right here of William Chase McElroy, who is still in the Bibb County jail. And he is currently charged with the following. We're going to have to use the rhyming words, blues clues, and context clues. He is currently charged with the following: 4 counts of rape in the first degree, 6 counts of human in the first degree, 6 counts of sodomy in the first degree, and 4 counts of kidnapping in the first degree. And after William Chase right here was arrested, eventually on April the 25th of 2025, Dalton Terrell right here is arrested, and he is also charged with the following: 6 counts of rape in the first degree, 12 counts of sodomy in the first degree, and 5 counts of human in the first degree. Now, it has now been alleged that Dalton, allegedly for educational purposes only, all of these individuals, allegedly for educational purposes only, were using this underground bunker to essay children ages 3 through 16. But Dalton here was allegedly paying adults from 2024 to 2025, according to court documents, to have access to their children to essay. He paid adults, people without 2 brain cells to rub together and get a spark, money so that he could essay their children. The investigation continues, and on April the 29th, Andreas Velasquez Trejo is arrested, and he is currently in the Bibb County jail, and he is charged with 6 counts of human in the first degree in an underground bunker with an individual paying adults for their children. Guys, you've got to protect your children at all costs, because the monsters don't live under the bed. They walk amongst us, and they want your children, and they will do whatever possible to get your children. This is awful. Now, I'm going to tell you, I know that these 2 are currently in the Bibb County jail, but I could find no information regarding the status of Dalton Terrell. But I can tell you one thing. I hope to hell, and I'm just going to believe that he was not given any kind of bond or anything like that, and he is sitting in the Bibb County jail, and it was just not mentioned in any of the articles I read, and he's currently not on the website. Because if any crime deserves a no bond, it's this kind of crime. And if any crime deserves the squad, it's these kind of crimes. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, guys, I'm going to keep you updated about this case, because the details continue to be limited, because it is an ongoing case. But I'm going to keep you updated. I hope you have a great Monday. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
I care about this case. It's about a year plus old, but I care about this case. The damage that's been done, it can't be undone. The things that happen to these children, we can't fix that. You can't take that type of fear and trauma away from a fucking child. How do you explain to a 3-year-old a 15-year-old, a 16-year-old that your mom or your dad is auctioning you off to your next door neighbor. How do you explain that story to the general public? Like, we're here in real time talking about adults doing inappropriate things to children for profit in real time. It's not a make-believe story. I didn't sit here in front of the laptop for 3 days editing and cropping videos and pictures together to create a fictitious story that never existed. This is a real thing. This actually happened. And for the love of me, I look at that clip and I ask myself, where was I at when this conversation was brought up? Why wasn't this reposted? Why wasn't this shared? Why wasn't anybody having dialogues or exchanges of words over the fact that we live next door to living, breathing leviathans? Men and women with two tongues coming out of their mouth in the comforts of their homes, white picket fences, organizing these activities that generate their lifestyles. These are the same men and women that live next door to you, me, mowing the lawn, shoveling the snow, in traffic, saying, hello, neighbor. These are the same people that you have over to your house for birthday parties. You go out to eat with. You follow and tag on Facebook. Same ones. Outside exterior appearance, they're just regular people, just living their life, just like you, trying to survive. And I know we all live in different parts of the world, but we all have similar stories, similar backgrounds. We all struggle with certain things in our life that coincide with our one common denominator as the threat, which is the adults that look over this entire country that's supposed to be protecting us. We live next door to teachers, professors, OGBYNs, if I say that right. We live next door to counselors, coaches. We live next door to philanthropists. And everything seems to be on the up and up, clean cut. They dress well. They seem like they blue collar. And the entire time, they are responsible for children coming up missing. They are responsible for the mental anguish that these kids eventually will suffer. Some of these kids never return home mentally, spiritually, emotionally. Some of them become shells of their former self. Why isn't this a conversation? Why does this not upset enough people? Chef, you have a point. And that's why we are here on this small side of the internet. See, I don't really personally care about the popularity or fitting into a specific niche, however you pronounce it. Don't care about that. What we are looking at here is an organization that has been around longer than it should have been, and either nobody is speaking on it enough, or people are just getting paid off, or people don't care because it's not their concern. Them same kids, they become broken, so damaged that they don't know who the real enemy is anymore. You 3, 4, 5 years old getting sodomized by grown ass men. Your innocence is being taken away from you by adults. By your logic, their frontal lobe is fully developed by the age of such and such. But even them at that grown ass age, you looking out of your window with binoculars on speed dial, texting, organizing, arranging these meetups with parents, who have children that they want to auction off. How? Still can't wrap my mind around that. Got the Epstein files. More and more is coming out every day. We already know most of them people are not going to jail, even though we know they should. The White House should be empty. There should be nothing but haystacks floating through the office. Every room, there should be nothing but dust. You ever seen an old Western when the hay would float across the street or whatever? It should be a ghost town. There should be not a single soul in there. But you know damn well they're not going to arrest all of them people. From the top to the very bottom of this, we are getting dragged from left to right. In order for someone to be able to get away with doing this, money has to be the root of their desire. They have to want that so bad that it doesn't really matter if they compromise themselves or they compromise their integrity or compromise their kids or destroy their families or destroy their friends or they blackmail, blackball, railroad, step on, run over. They don't give a shit if the money is right. These are people who will stab you in the back, shoot you in the front, execute you. They will bury your kids in the backyard and cook with you the next day. What are we doing? What are we doing? I ain't seen a single black person associated with this type of shit. And I'm not saying it's not possible, because it very well is. That's not my point. My point is, what is it about children that these grown ass men and women find attractive? Can't tell me evil doesn't exist. that iniquity isn't bred through demonic desire that is culminating and bubbling beneath the warm surface of the flesh. That every day that you stare in that mirror and you look at yourself, you don't convince me or convince the rest of the world that you are a chameleon, that you are actually something of a deeper darkness that most of us cannot see the difference in. Drinking blood, putting labels and different phrases to pretty much code switch what your real agendas and your objectives are. These niggas is in the middle of fucking Alabama with a whole market of having kids in and out of their space, and you telling me nobody saw anything, nobody knows not a single fucking thing about what's happening here. An underground bunker. You've been comfortable. You've been extremely comfortable. In order for you to do all of that, you got some help. You got a lot of help, in fact. There's a lot of folks that looked at what you were doing and they said to themselves, oh, this is a great idea. This is a huge market. There's nobody doing this. You know how you compete on social media and you're trying to fight for a specific audience. So some people do hair, some people do mukbangs, some folks talk about wrestling, boxing, sports. Well, these people, they enjoy trafficking kids. And the more and more I see these stories and I hear these smart, intelligent men and women cover these topics that everybody thought they were just conspiracy theories. Nothing could be real about this. This is just jargon, satire. You making this stuff up. Nobody's really gonna believe that. Like, what are you talking about, you fucking fool? Do you know what world we in? What year this is? Am I the only one to see this? Are we living under a rock still at the perversion that is happening here? You telling me not a single soul here cares or is concerned at the level of depravity that has been showcased daily, weekly, monthly, yearly as time progressed, as we get older and older and older, and people die and people are born, and we see stories of folks getting arrested for some of the most audacious shit. You telling me there's not a market for this? And that there's not adults out here that have the type of heart that they literally scroll and spend most of their time in the dark web. They're not on this. They're going beyond this. They taking this shit to an entirely different level. They going way down the rabbit hole. They looking for stuff that none of us got the fucking mind to consider even putting in our face. They're looking at that type of shit. And on top of that, they dress, smell good. They got their cut lined up. They got the body type. They ain't all fat. They ain't all built like Roseanne and Precious. They not all built like the Marshmallow Man. Some of them are in good shape, fit, wealthy, charismatic, charming, smooth. great grifters. They have a team behind them. They have other folks that believe in their dream. Oh yes, I have a dream.
Protect the sheep, you got to catch the wolf, and it takes a wolf to catch a wolf. You understand?
Someone that can get up here and talk real good, finesse you real well, talk you out of your panties, talk you out of your drawers, talk you out of your dollars, Cash App, PayPal, Cash App, Zelle, Venmo, send. I will heal you. I will save your life. I will change it forever. I'll dance for you. I'll sing for you. I will offer you the world. I will give you anger. I will give you joy. I will give you up and downers. I will be whatever you need me to be. All I need you to do is invest in me. And the whole time you're looking at them like they are the savior of entertainment. They are the Rock in Austin of performing for the viewership. They want you to believe that they are something that they are, and they're really monsters. They're the real gremlins. They are the real creatures that Stephen King has created in all of those novels. The real monsters that M. Night Shyamalan created in all of his movies. These human beings that you walk past and sit on the bus next to and you ride in the car with and share coffee with, they're the real monsters. But nobody seems to care. Well, it's just little old me. Little old me. I'm bothered by it. Heaven forbid, I don't want to see a 3-year-old girl end up like Sexy Red. Heaven forbid, I don't want to see a 6-year-old boy end up like Travis Hunter, Zion Williamson, Tory Lanez. Heaven forbid, I don't want to see a fucking 5-year-old girl, a streetwalker at 16 years old, because some grown old ass white, black, Hispanic man decided that his idea of making money off of the state would be through funneling these kids in and out of their house, profiting off of the family that's supposed to love and protect you. You're supposed to be the mother, the nurturer, the father, the protector. You so greedy for a paycheck. You so scared of Uncle Sam that hardly matters more to you. The perception of what social media views you means more to you. Are you a cuck? Do you have a sick fetish? Do you have a fleshly desire that yearns to see abuse towards kids? Is that something that you have a fixation for? See, some people, they tell on themselves all the time. Some folks are just more inverted with it. This right here, no, I'll never understand it. Never. Can't convince me, can't make me understand it. It's sick as fuck, bro. All of it. All of it is fucking sick. And my thing is, you preying on the weak, the vulnerable, the innocent. What does that say about the ones that allow it? What does that say about the ones who help assist in it? There's more than just those three that you saw here. There's another clip. I counted 9. It's a combination of men and women. I counted 9. All of these are adults who took the cheap way out. They're not normal. Their spirits are not clean. The way they think is not average. These are not people that you would want around you or your loved ones whatsoever. Not for a handshake, not for a cookie, not for a pie. Don't knock on my door trying to welcome me to no in it. None of that. Now I want to know why people don't care. Why is it not your business? All these missing children. Anybody who has been following my channel, you know how I feel about this. I've done covered this story a number of times, and I'm going to continue to. I speak about this a lot. I do not like pedophiles. I cannot stand adults who prey on kids. I cannot stand it. I hate it. And us as adults, we have the responsibility to hold these folks accountable. The fact that this is even a multi-billion-dollar organization is absolutely asinine to me. These dudes, these women, they're making billions of dollars off of this every day. But all we can think about is Cardi B, Travis Scott, Trey Songz, Chris Brown, Taylor Swift. Right. Is that not alarming? Is that not disturbing? Is it just me? Is it? Imagine living next door to somebody for 5-10 years. You never knew that your neighbor was sneaking innocent souls in and out of their space for years, doing Lord knows what to these people, shaking your hand, sitting at your dinner table, and the whole time they responsible for the adults that you see in this generation. A lot of these kids, they come from a byproduct of the lack of protection that was negligent in their upbringing. And I absolutely agree. 1000%. Some of it is absolutely willful ignorance. And some of them are willfully participants. That's the part about humans that always fascinated me. Because as a kid, I don't know if it was the movies, but I think that I got to an age where I didn't look at a single soul and put restrictions on how far a person could go if their flesh had more dominion over them. Some people don't have no control over their flesh at all. A lot of people are slaves to it. And when you slaves to your flesh, you know what that look like? But you have no jurisdictions, no boundaries. Your flesh controls the way you think, the way you feel, how you go out here into the world. You are a dangerous, dangerous person. When your flesh rules over you, sin doesn't even look like sin to you. Oh, you horny? You like sex? It ain't going to just be about sex. You got to take it further. You got to have more. It ain't about just power. You have to find ways to enjoy the power that you get. It ain't about just manipulating and lying. Nah. When your flesh governs you, there's nothing that is off base, whatever. You can go to hell and back and rationalize every fucking thing that you do. Because if you got Epstein and you got all of these different men and women coming up in these files, drinking blood and doing all that shit, they doing all that. That should tell you right now there's no jurisdictions to the flesh when it takes over you. Let me bring this up real quick. Hold on a minute. Because this needs to be addressed and acknowledged. If you got it in your head that everybody is normal, you need some sense slapped into you. And everybody ain't wrapped too tight. You can be the most average walking, talking person on this planet. But your insides, Sodom and Gomorrah, you are a whirlwind. You draw blood out the wells of your heart. No. We don't have conversations that mean much anymore. We turn blind eyes to things like this. Everybody that is in attendance, think about this for a second. Look to your left and look to your right. You got a neighbor? How well do you know your neighbors? How well do you know your general managers? How well do you know your uncles and aunts? And do you really, really know them like you think you know them? Because every time I turn around, you can call this doom scrolling, fear mongering. You can say it's all scare tactics. A lot of social media is becoming so distorted with AI. You don't know what is true and what isn't. But you know. And I know how monstrous this world is, how dark it is, how sick it is, how violent it is. Everybody here has grown up with people they thought they knew, and they realized that they didn't know them the way they thought they knew them. So you're gonna pretend like you ain't never been betrayed, backstabbed. You ain't never had no bad experiences with a friend, a loved one, telling me you ain't never seen nothing traumatic in your life, that you just skated through 20, 30, 40, 50 years and you ain't never seen no harsh realities out here. Is that what you really trying to tell me? Right. Mm-hmm.
Cut it out.
I did a reaction video the other day, and the brother, extremely articulate, he said that the United States is one big Epstein Island. And I had to really sit and think about that one for a second. There's multiple Epstein Islands in the United States. And when you really think about it, he's right. He's absolutely correct. And this right here solidified it even more than what I was already. I mean, I was already convinced before. Seeing this made me double down on it. We need our communities back. We need people with empathy back. We need people to support back. Do you care or don't you? Does this matter to you or doesn't it? Messenger might not be your liking. Does it change the fact that what that did right there can never be undone and it's still happening? And it might be closer to you than you really anticipated. Do you care? Does it mean anything to you? What you gonna do about it? We need some more healing in this world, man. We need more people to stand in the gap, pray. We need more people to teach these kids how to defend themselves, like Chef. We need more adults to look out for the weak, for the sick and shut in. We need more neighborhood watchers. We need more people out here standing in the gap for those who can't do it for themselves. And that's unfortunate, bro. That's all it come down to. You're easily extorted, or you just don't want to be in the middle of the bullet, literally or figuratively, however you want to take it. turning them a blind eye to every single wrongdoing. And then you want to blame everybody else when there are things that we as a collective can do to mitigate these problems. You one of the lucky few that can admit and own up to the fact that things wasn't the greatest. And you still managed to come out fairly normal considering. Now imagine you being a 3-year-old infant. Hell, they was even talking about yo, I love YouTube. I love the fact that I get to just post and talk about whatever it is that I find interesting, because the things that I find interesting, it should really set a alarm off in some people's heads. Like if you was scrolling my page and you seen some of the titles, you would be like, what the hell? This is sad, man. This is beyond sad. It's hard to even look at people like they just regular people. Because every time I turn around, I see some shit like that, and it's like, all right, man, what are we really doing here? A bunker, an underground bunker. So that means not only are the parents accepting money from you to do what they're doing into the kids, but you have a sponsorship, you have a backing, you have folks who know how to build, you have folks who know people who know how to get in contact with other people to generate more income and funnel it to your house. You just tagging people. Everybody in it involved is guilty equally, as far as I'm concerned. The type of mindset you got to have to be able to do stuff like that. It's never registered in my brain to be doing this. I'm not sitting in a ice cream truck outside of an elementary school stalking kids at a swing set. Right? I'm not doing what? Hold on. That's just one part of it. Nobody wants to believe in the spirituality part, the principalities, them intrusive thoughts. Nobody wants to speak on that. And that's how the wickedness has been spreading. That's how it's been able to get away with what it's been getting away with for so many decades. Because nobody believes that it's real. Or it's a contributing factor. Sad. And my thoughts and prayers go out to these kids. One, because I don't even know if any of these kids are still alive. Two, because if they are still alive and they made it through all of that, do they? Who are they now? What type of normal life can you possibly have after this? You know how much work got to be put in? Are you even going to be normal? Are you even able to deal with humans? Are you even going to want to be around people? Are you going to be fidgety? Like the damage, you can't even process what that would do to a person. A child at that. An adult, that's one thing, but a child? I don't know, man. I just feel like this was an important subject that needed to be covered. I hope every single one of them rot. I hope every single one of them are held accountable. And I come across any more stories like this, best believe I'm going to bring them up, talk about it. That's exhausting. That is absolutely exhausting, man. I appreciate you guys hanging out this evening, man. Lord willing, I'll be spending back tomorrow evening. Tap in with your boy if you free. I'm about to get up out of here. Oh yeah, tomorrow's Valentine's Day. A lot of y'all probably gonna be pretending like y'all and do your thing, have fun, enjoy yourself. But if you ain't doing nothing tomorrow evening, come through, kick it with your boy. You know what I'm saying? I'm out. Y'all enjoy the rest of your night. Let me go throw something on. Be easy. Do me a solid before you go.
Push the goddamn button back.
Peace.